Alright, hello everybody and welcome back to Vintage Story, attempt number 15, episode 3 of Wilderness Survival Permadeath. And boy, it's been one hell of a series. We built a massive house, but that was kind of our downfall as well. We required way too much dry grass in order to make the hay bale ceiling. Won't be doing that again. Probably gonna do a smaller house that's more vertical with multi-stories, right? Later, next time, because that'll be better for the windmill we need to make in the mid-game. Right? Same with the lightning rod, so... Yeah, I learned a lot about base building in this attempt, and in this episode specifically, we're gonna set our sights on the production of bronze tools. We need bronze tools, big time. I've never really reached the Bronze Age. I'd like to do it now, once and for all, finally learn how to do it, and someone, I believe it was, oh, what's his name? Something Conscript. Human Conscript or something. He told me that he thought he might have seen, or maybe it was Metametheus. They said that they might have seen meteoric iron down near the pine forest. So we're gonna go check later. Meteoric iron would be very useful. Anyway, I gotta pour my coffee. I'll be right back. Alright, a fresh hot coffee to start the day right. Let me get chat open right here. Yeah, I was trying yesterday toward the end of episode 2 to remember his name. It was on the tip of my tongue. It was Universal Conscript, I think, not Human Conscript. Yeah, I couldn't remember. It was right fucking there and I couldn't remember. Yeah, I woke up this morning and remembered, oh my god, Universal Conscript, and it was a real eureka moment. Anyway. Here we go. Can't wait till we get our next generation of flax, man. So I'm thinking the first thing I need to do is grab the prospector's pick, and I need to try and seek out this specific type of tin ore. I believe sphalerite. No, we're looking for tin. Yeah, tin bits created by... Let's see here. Here we go, cassiterite, that's it. I need cassiterite ore. Yeah, I haven't found any cassiterite yet. Let's grab our pro pick. I have more tool molds right here for another fresh pickaxe and hammer. There's another cave-in that just happened somewhere. All right. Might want a bucket of water too. For creating a makeshift elevator. We're gonna finish that currant pie. I'm gonna take more of my meat pie. Make sure we're really well stocked on food. That meat pie is gonna be very nourishing. Last a good long time. Hey. There's a deer there. And some monsters, admittedly, but... Hell yeah, just two-shot that guy. Now the question is, where did the deer go? There. Looks like the chicken of the woods mushrooms have respawned here. Finding that deer in these woods, that's gonna be hard, buddy. It's right over there. Oh yeah, this is gonna be tough. I probably should have clear cut this a while ago. Good morning, gamer fam. Good morning. How was your day today? It's probably pretty late for you right now, huh? Oh, there it is. I see it. Got it. There it is. I think it's over there. Oh, it's coming. Holy shit. Really glad he died when he did. Okay. I need armor. I have some armor on, but it's just not very strong, right? Alright, we started the day out with a good hunt. Let's keep moving. We need to get some prospector's pick readings and try to locate cassiterite ore. And I have to go check that potential site of meteoric iron. You work 9 hours, 1:58 a.m. God damn. Do you have any time off coming up? It's crazy how, as technology gets better, people work harder. It doesn't get easier. Our lives just seem to get harder. The worse wage slavery gets, the more big government gets. It's weird. It's very backwards. You'd think that with the advent of improved technology, we would have alleviated our working lives to some extent, but people just seem to grind more and more these days. Let's eat these black currants. Eat that slice of pie. It's a fractional slice, so we can finish it. I think I'm just gonna leave behind the antler. I don't really need it. I'll eat that chicken of the woods mushroom too. Save up the space. All right, let's take a look around. We have to try to find a meteoric iron impact crater. And honestly, in my previous playthrough, there was not many blueberries. Over here, I'm finding mountains of blueberries everywhere we go. So I might want to just go ahead and make blueberry wine. Make a shitload of blueberry juice, you know? But yeah, the berries are definitely in season now. We have easy eating in this season. Let's prepare my third-person camera in case I have to run away from a bear. It'll help. I could get a pro pick reading here, technically. Let's cause a cave-in. It may produce a simpler access point for me. Okay. First density reading. Your day off is Saturday, huh? Does your new managerial position require you to work 6 days a week? Hematite and emerald can be found down here, apparently. Not much. Mature rye. Let's get rid of that low-fert soil. Eat these. We'll eat the rye next. I found very little rye, so it's good that we have it. Okay, we have our bear trap here, just in case things go south. Let's make sure there's not a bear in my immediate vicinity before I go down there. Okay. I gotta try to get a reading if I can here. 2 more samples. God damn. Well, hopefully, gamer fam, you can get some due rest soon. Some good time off. Wait, isn't sphalerite what we're looking for? Hang on. No, we're looking for cassiterite. And I need to try to find more resin while we're in this pine forest. Here's some, but it's anybody's guess as to whether or not we'll actually harvest it. No, we failed to. Yeah, it sucks. The Blackguard fails harvesting resin. In my experience, from what I've seen, you have an 80% chance of failing to gather resin. I've gathered 2, but I've had like 6 chances. You know, so that's particularly rough. Granite rock. Let's get a pro pick here. Sphalerite, emerald, and hematite. Yeah, I should have way more resin than I currently do. And what's really crazy is the resin barely seems to be respawning on all those pine trees. When I look at the tree, it should tell me if there's resin on it, I think. There's like, it says pine with resin. So maybe I just need to go up to every tree and look at it. Leaking pine log or something. There should be an indicator. It sucks. I'm gonna need resin for some later game tech, but I fail all the time. I kind of want to look it up. Blackguard, no resin. Vintage story. God, yeah, well, it's fucked. I failed the vast majority of my attempted resin gatherings. There we go. All right, redemption. We got one. That makes me happy. Now, I haven't seen a meteoric iron impact crater around here. There may be one. We'll keep our eyes open. Let's try to get a pro pick reading around here. Very poor traces of things. We're probably going to want to go check that way, get some readings over there, because it looks like the readings have only diminished coming in this direction. Let's eat these. I see another resin on that tree. Let's try to grab it. I see two. All right, double the chance. Nice, I got one. Holy shit. It looks like my resin curse is finally over. I just got 3 in a row, which is crazy because I tried to gather 4 and I failed like 3 of them. I'm pretty sure. No, I tried to gather 5 and I failed 3 of them. Good. When you're looking for meteoric iron, you're pretty much looking for an impact site that's a perfect circle, at least as perfect as a circle can be in a game made of squares. Anyway, let's start heading home. We're gonna have to start getting pro pick readings from the other direction. Let's use bird's eye view so I can try to locate an impact crater potentially. Shitload of clay around here. I'm gonna mark this. Our bees will spread with time. We just did a mass harvest, so... Alright, those will last for some time. Do I want to use that fat for that purpose, for just making more large pelts? I guess I will. I do want to have a stockpile of those. I'm gonna plant the flax now. Beautiful. 3 resin. We had none before, so that's huge. And we're starting to get a lot more rot, so I'm gonna want to make a compost bin. I almost have enough rot to make 16 compost. I just need a little more. Let's make these berries, the berry juice then. All right. Okay. Blueberries. Put it over here. Alright, this dry blueberry mash is going to become the rot that we need to make compost. I'm going to want to get into compost for sure. That way I don't have to rotate crops as much. Beautiful. Now for the cranberries. I'm gonna save those. They'll keep well. We'll wait till we have more and we can make a more sizable batch. And I'm gonna want to start eating my meat pies. Alright, let's pick a direction and try to go get some pro pick readings. I never have searched the countryside over here. This is all unexplored land. A piglet. More piglets. Walnut tree, huh? Interesting. I wonder if I can actually get, like, walnuts from this. Possibly in the right season. Or the right time of year. Now, there is a deer over there. I could try to get it. Stockpile more meat. Make a meat stew, put it in a crock pot, you know? I'm not going to chase after it, because we happen to be in a large open field. So I have easy visibility the whole time. As long as I don't spook it and make it run really far away. I hear another beehive to my right. We had a really great series for beehive availability this time. Let's grab these berries here. All right, where are you? Lead ore bits. I'm gonna want to mark that, I think. Because I need that lead in order to make the beautiful lined glass. Fuck. Holy shit, this deer is immortal, guys. I don't know. I don't think I can kill this one. It's because he's on a hill now. It's as a blackguard, my ranged is much worse than the hunter class. Well, I got him, thank goodness. I might even want to make a bow. Honestly, playing as a blackguard means that having a bow would help me a lot. Just like, because the bow has less drop to the projectile, right? Alright, I have no source of light on me, so let's beeline it home. I don't want to get caught out past dark and get lost, right? My dumbass is still gonna forage a lot, though. Okay. There's another deer there, but I think we're just gonna leave that one. I don't wanna push it. Well, I kinda do, but at the same time, right? Like, I gotta think about my longevity, but we are headed home. I know which direction home is in. I don't even know where that deer went, though. Could be anywhere. Oh. It's a tiny one. That might actually be a baby. Here we go. My chances of killing that deer specifically would improve if I could make it aggro on me, but I don't know if it's a male or not. Shit. Yeah, I gotta go. It's a fool's errand to try and do it while it's getting dark. I'm just gonna head home. And I think when I get home, we're gonna try to... I don't have any copper, do I? I want to craft a lantern for personal use. I feel like that would be very helpful at this stage. Holy shit, it's dark. I might want to think about putting a light source outside my door at home. Watch out for pitfalls. Alright, there's home right there. Let's go. We still had a successful hunt, and we do have a lot of red meat. I'm hoping I have... I want to get 24 red meat so I can just make a massive crock, but I suppose you can only fit 4 servings into a crock, right? So really, having 16 red meat would allow me to make 4 servings. True enough, right? Now, I might want to get started on producing leather. I think I shouldn't put it off anymore. Yeah. Let's grab that. Deposit the berries for juicing soon. Deposit the flour. All right. Crock pot. Yeah, I think you can only put... Hang on, let me look up the crock pot. It might hold 5. 5 servings. No, it looks like it's 4. 4 meal servings or 4 servings of pickled vegetables. Hello, Aussie. Welcome. Right on, Cameron. I'm happy to hear that, buddy. How are you guys doing, huh? Sleep is sacred. If you tell me I helped you to sleep, then I feel damn good about myself, man. Let's plant these spelt seeds. Close that. All right. Cooking pot. Put it in there. Grab the torch off the wall. Wait, let's put the ingredients in there first. Four servings of hefty red meat stew. Honestly, I'll just make 5 and then eat one. Okay. Put the torch back on the sconce. And let's juice while we wait for that to cook. I hear monsters outside. We might want to go try to kill some. I'll throw on the bear boots so that we have adequate protection across our whole body. But I don't want to have too many things on the go all at once. All right, cranberry mash. Right here. Yeah, we're gonna make a bow. I feel like I don't even use the copper spear anymore because now I have the copper sword, right? Where is my copper sword? I still have it somewhere, I'm sure. Let's go check on the stew, make sure it's still, you know, I wouldn't want to run out of fuel and then have it stop cooking, for example. Beautiful. 43 liters of cranberry juice. I wonder if that's going to reach or not. Yes, it did. Okay, right on. So it looks like the bare minimum for juice extraction is having 4 entries of berries into the fruit press. You need 16 berries in order for the compressor to reach and juice the berry stack. Can't do the black currants yet, but that's fine. Still not done yet, hang on. Put more fuel in there. I wonder if you can put pie into a crock. No, no you can't. Fair enough. Anyway, the beautiful part is I can use beeswax to seal crocks. This'll finish. Okay. There we go. And then I have sealed the 4 servings of hefty red meat stew. Nice. Let's grab a bowl. I should have one by the fire just for eating. And where's my sword? Here it is. Glad we didn't lose it. Okay. Right now, this is our best chance at getting more flax fibers. Yeah, there we go. Every 4 of those is another flax twine, so it's not nothing. I have 16 flax twine. That would require 4 cloth. What about a bow? Hang on. The long bow requiring a medium pelt, or leather. I can use beeswax, which is nice, flax twine, dry long staff. I need to dry that? How the hell do I dry it? Oh, 168 hours of open storage, so that would take like a week. Holy shit. Plus 20% accuracy though is pretty damn good. I need it. Playing as the Blackguard. Yeah, I have reduced range damage. I don't really have reduced ranged accuracy, but I don't see any more enemies around. Let's get some sleep. I might just make a simple bow. But we'll see. It'd be nice to have a quality one. Oof, man, because I sealed that meat stew in the crock, it's going to be fresh for 43 days. And if I put it on the shelf right here, it's going to be fresh for 1.5 years, buddy. That's insane. That's emergency food, right? I like that, dude. Knowing that I have such a hefty meal, like preserved and ready to go, you know? That's kind of sick. That's really cool. All right, let's get some prospector's pick readings over here. What about the bow, though? The recurve bow is something that I think... Yeah, I think you need to be a hunter in order to make the long bow, right? The recurve bow I can craft, but it's sold by a trader. The longbow I can craft as well, but I think I could still make it because I'm playing as I have class exclusive recipes turned off, right? Can't make that without leather, so the longbow is the next best thing. Let's get started on it now. So I can use a pelt, 2 honeycombs, but I need to dry a longbow staff. It's expensive though, very expensive, requiring flax twine. I could make this one with just ropes and sticks, but it has -5 accuracy, which is pretty rough. Still, it's cheaper, and it allows me to do the same thing. Make the 3 rope. Yeah, this gets me a bow right now, you know? There we go. Equip that to V, where my bow usually goes, and we have 9 bone arrows here that I can shoot with it. And that means I'm gonna leave behind the spears. Okay. I might want to make a shield. I'm not sure. I don't think so. Let's head out and get some pro pick readings. I need something assigned to my X key besides the pickaxe. I usually reserve X for like my most reliable weapon. So for example, in 7 Days to Die, I'd put my machine gun on the X key, right? Because that's my oh shit button. X is exclusively my oh shit button. Now, in case you guys are confused, like why my tool belt has X on it, the way I do it is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, Z, X, C, V, B, right? Because that way I can reach all of it comfortably with my left hand. It creates complications in some games when they use like Z, X, C, V, or B for UI elements, but I usually just try to remap those so I can use it for my tool belt. Because I don't like reaching across my keyboard to press 6 or 7 or 8, right? It's easier if it's ZXCVB. All right. Let's get some pro pick readings around here. What's that? Native copper bits. Oh, that's funny. Okay. Well, I'll mark it. It's low-hanging fruit copper, so. And we have lead just up the way. Let's check out this cliff face over here. That looks like granite. Still haven't found any limestone for leatherworking. Oh, that's conglomerate rock. Fair enough. I heard that you can weaken a block with your pickaxe and then finish it off with your pro pick, which is honestly a pretty useful trick. You can get your readings much faster that way, right? Decent sphalerite. Unfortunately, there's no cassiterite, which is what we're looking for. But can't you use sphalerite to make... Yeah, you can make bismuth bronze out of it. It just requires more steps than having the tin. And the tin tools are faster than the sphalerite. Like, the cassiterite tools are faster than the sphalerite ones, apparently. But less durable. They're faster, but less durable. There's many different... There's like 3 different types of bronze. With black bronze being the best, but it requires silver and gold to craft, apparently, which is like, you know, fuck that. Alright, Cameron, sounds good, buddy. It is my pleasure to put you to sleep and to make sure you get some rest. There's a bear over there. Hang on. Oh, God. Oh, oh, no. Absolutely not. Okay, flat ground. Anyway, I can theoretically kill that bear here. I just hope that this thing can reach. What's the attack range? Well, it's 2.5 blocks. I should totally be able to reach the bear with it. Where is the bear? He was right here, right? Oh, that's sus. Where'd the bear go? I don't like that. Did he go in the portal? I don't know where the bear went, guys. I'm gonna leave that trap up just in case. I didn't know that bears could go in portals, but I mean, maybe everything can enter a portal and go into like the different dimension, right? I don't know. There's a wolf right there. Oh god, there's two. Run. I can get away from them if I use the terrain to jump. Hi. Oh god. Okay, the reach on this weapon is much lower than the reach on the spear, which makes it actually a lot harder to fight things. I can get away from him, I think. But that was very eye-opening. Alright. Holy shit, let's heal up. Yeah, I don't have the armor for that. I definitely have to bring my copper spear with me. That's the only way I can safely fight things like that. It comes down to the reach. It definitely comes down to that reach. All right. Holy shit. Half our health. What did he hit? He didn't hit the armor, that's why. He ended up hitting our feet, which has no armor on it. Okay. Our health is restored. I think I'm just gonna go retrieve my trap and we'll get the hell out of that area. I mean, for now. Jesus, it's the reach. The reach is what got us there. Yeah, you have to get into the wolf's melee range in order to hit it with this weapon, so it's a lot more dangerous without good armor. A lot more dangerous. I'm gonna need the spear. I think the spear has one extra block of range. 3.5 instead of 2.5, so it like helps. Let's go check out these ruins and then maybe we'll hit up that conglomerate copper vein back there. Granite. I don't have a light source, but I'll get a pro pick reading here. Ultra high native copper. Holy shit, that's interesting. Well, I may as well mark the place where I got the reading. It'd be nice to make some signs and indicate what these places are exactly, you know? Forage vessel with dry grass. Wow. An ore vessel. Containing galena. That's lead, I believe. Okay. I need more peat. We've gotten very low on it, so I'm thinking maybe we just try to break our damn shovel on it. Alright, 3 stacks will do for a while. Oh shit. Something threw a rock at me. Okay, nothing special there, nothing we haven't already seen. Alright, that's lead. The copper's over here. Alright, our pickaxe is broken. Or, sorry, our shovel. Alright, there's the copper down there. We've uncovered it. We're gonna free up a little bit of space. Okay. I never did eat that serving of food. Okay, make a new shovel. And I kind of want to get rid of that low fert soil. We got a staircase to get down. Looks like the node extends this way, to the right. Oh. Okay. Yeah, let's drop the dry grass. And you know what? We'll convert that soil into packed dirt. Perfect. All right. There's more. Holy shit. Yeah, that was pretty crazy, not gonna lie. We had a few copper nuggets get buried down there, I think. Anyway, we have daylight access from here. I am very happy with the amount of copper that we're getting here, man. It's surface copper, right? It saves me from having to go underground again, which is favorable. All right, let's do a node search with the pickaxe here. Prospector's pick. Trace amounts of copper. So there is still some in here, somewhere. Oh my god, that scares the shit out of me. At least I uncovered the copper, though. I hate the cave-ins, dude. That's scary shit. It's real scary shit. I actually jumped there, like physically jumped. You guys could see it. Okay. Any more? No ore node nearby. All right, fair enough. Looks like we're done collecting the copper. I'm gonna grab that dirt and make 6 more pack dirt out of it. Drop that. Okay, let's head home. Okay. I didn't exactly have a random copper vein on my bingo card for this trip. Oh my god, a brown bear. I don't really know if I can kill that with this weapon. Hang on. I do have the bow, but that's kind of... He's coming. And he's coming quick. All right, I should be safe in here. Oh, God. Holy shit. That's fucked. He got me. He hit me. I think he hit our armor. How we doing this, buddy? Yeah, I gotta stay in here. I don't... Oh shit, that's kind of sus. Yeah, sometimes they try to run away from you after they're weakened enough, and you can't exactly finish them off when that happens. But it looks like he chose to run away from me, so... At least I got him out of here, right? He's running to Kingdom Come right now, so we don't have to worry about him attacking us later when I'm not ready for it. Grab that. I'm gonna leave this bear fighting position here as like a security blanket for the future type thing. Fucking brown bear just shows up in a place where it previously wasn't. That's kind of horrifying, dude. But again, as long as you see them before they see you, you're fine. You can get away from them too. It's just you're not likely to. It depends a lot on the terrain around you. A specific terrain allowance is required for you to end up getting away. Oh, look at that. We have deer babies in our trap now. They're gonna grow up, I think. Right on. 2 foxes and 2 deer babies. Not bad. Let's deposit our shit. We now have more copper, which is good. Let's eat this. Finish that serving. Put the bowl down right there for eating later. We have more ores. Beautiful. Full stack of 120 copper now. And what's the temperature outside? 32? I think it might still be too early to plant the rye seeds and the turnips. We need a cooler season for them. Right now, it's the middle of August. Maybe in September, I'll try planting those, and we'll see how it goes. Okay, we got plenty of fire fuel now. More berries to juice. We're going to be finishing a barrel of cranberry juice at this point. Yeah, I succeeded at least in repelling the bear from that area. It's the best we could hope for, right? Anyway, we're about to make our first batch of wine. It depends on how long the juice is going to last. I may just keep the juice, but... fresh for 15 days. Yeah, I think we'll wine that, because then it'll last for years, right? And it'll never go bad, and we'll always have that emergency source of nourishment. 7 days of sealing, and it becomes 50 liters of cranberry wine. Okay. And we're starting a second barrel of cranberry wine because we have so many cranberries in the area. I'm gonna make sure I have the copper spear on me for whenever I have to melee a wolf. Yeah, honestly, it's way safer. The spear has that extra meter of attack range, right? Which really helps you to juggle a wolf. It trivializes fighting a wolf, really. Like, it's important. Make sure you have it. You need a spear. And I'd imagine if you want to melee a bear, it's going to have to be a spear too. At least, you know, I wouldn't try to melee a brown bear personally. I've been told it can be done, but I wouldn't try to do it. But a black bear, I can safely kill a black bear in melee with a spear for sure. I don't know if I could safely do it with the sword because I might have to get too close, right? Okay, we have some monsters spawning in outside. We'll go take care of them. Try to get more flax fiber, but I have to make more armor. More of that firewood armor. I almost have enough rot. This is spoiling, 5% more to go, so we'll be able to make our first barrel of compost after. Let's see here. Yeah, I need more chest armor. Which requires, I think, dry grass, firewood, and a knife. But I don't have any dry grass. I'm gonna have to get some. At least these enemies are easy enough to dispatch. Okay, that might be enough. Let's find out. Looks like it. Beautiful. Okay, we have our improvised armor. Keep us a little safer. All right, everybody in. Yeah, sure. Just sleep in my bed. That's fine. All right, let's eat. Close that door so my flank is covered while I harvest these guys. Nothing. Well, so far I got one flax twine, but that's it. Flax fibers. Wow. All right, well, now that we have more copper, I'm gonna make myself a personal use lantern as a light source. I could use one. But I think plates require 2 ingots to create. We haven't even done any smithing since we moved into our new house here. Yeah. Other than these tools. God, the drop rate on anything is so low. I'm barely getting anything for killing these guys. I don't even think I'm gonna bother. Like, I'm just wasting my weapon's durability for nothing. I know sometimes it happens where you do end up getting stuff, but it just seems too rare, you know? Anyway, I have 2 pickaxes, technically. I need more bandages. For that, we're gonna need more horsetail, unfortunately. Alright. Grab the crucible, put it in there. 600 units of copper. So let's get it up to temperature with 4 peat. And then I should only need 6 copper. 6 coal to smelt all that. At least I think that's how it works. It's a 1-for-1 ratio provided you preheat it first. And I'm an idiot, so I'm gonna keep on killing these guys, hoping I get some flax fibers. Hey, he dropped one. Look at that. The idiots win today. Yeah. Okay. Seems quieter around here. All right, let's put the charcoal in there right as soon as that last peat has burned away. Beautiful. Okay. Mm-hmm. We have a completed pelt right here. 2 of them, actually. Store those. Anyway, I think it's about time I made a barrel and I started making leather. We need tannin, so let's get started on that. I'm gonna want at least 6 barrels for this. Yep. Okay. I've got to move those over just a little bit. Do I want them to be closer together in the corner? I think so, yeah. Like this. Yeah. Weak tannin here, strong tannin there. And I'm forgetting something. We're gonna need limestone. At present I haven't found any, so we're gonna have to actually go out there and look for it. Which means I might want another 3 barrels, in fact. Alright. Fair enough. Okay. So I think the way we'll do it is we have more. How much space is here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Yeah, we'll do that. So I'll start right here where I will use lime water to prepare hides, and then over here. Almost done. And it looks like I am more or less right on the money. I might even be able to remove that and use one less. Yeah, I can use one less coal than the amount of 100 units that I'm producing. Yeah, okay, fair enough. As long as you bring it up to temperature first. Okay, 6 ingots being produced right now. Maybe I'll do it over here and move the bed. I don't want to have a barrel right beside the door. That's kind of my issue right now. Either way, we'll just continue attempting configurations until we get one that we enjoy. Alright, good night, gamer fam. We'll see you in a little bit, okay? When you wake up. One, two, three, four, 5, 6, 7. So could put 3 barrels right there, and then I think I'll just have to do it this way. Yeah, it's all right. We'll do the lime water in here, and then weak tannin in there, followed by strong tannin in here, and we can prepare the tannin ahead of time right now. That is something that we can do proactively, even if I can't have the lime water. For that, though, I am gonna need some oak wood, so we're gonna have to go cut down some oak trees in the morning. Let's put this back in the holder. Is it daylight yet? No, not really. The sun is rising, though. It is. And this generation of flax is almost done. It's coming along. Let's check and see if we have any carrots that can be harvested in here. Beautiful. We're getting some stage 8 out of 9 flax now, which is good. Those onions are almost done. All right, fair enough. We did get a lot of carrots. carrots and rye, or no, carrots and spelt are very weather resistant. The problem with carrots is they utilize the same nutrients that flax does, so this requires nutrient N. Oh shit. Got a monster taking shots at us. Alright, I got another bone arrow from him. That requires nutrient K. We'll just continue to use the K nutrients here in the slots where we were growing our previous carrots. They'll grow a little slower, but I think they'll be all right. After all, the problem with the carrots was that it was too hot for them to grow successfully. Now that it's cooling down, now that we're approaching September, it should be fine. Alright, it's time that we headed out. We need to try to find limestone today, but first and foremost, I need to make sure that I have a means of healing. We need to make sure we produce more bandages, so our goal for right now is to get more horsetail from the forest. Hopefully not dying in the process. These woods have never given us much trouble before. Hopefully it's safe in here. Worst we ever found in here was a deer. And I think after we find limestone, I'm going to expand my field of cattails. I want to have a whole bunch planted together so that it's easy to harvest with the scythe. We already got started on it. I wonder if horsetail respawns. I've noticed that mushrooms do. Like if you harvest a mushroom, you might find another mushroom in the same place later. I have, right? So it's possible that horsetail in the same fashion is a forageable that respawns. That would be great if it did. Very useful. We just about have an entire stack of horsetail now. Alright, may as well get 2 more and finish this stack. I actually think we have 1 horsetail at home still, so we'll just... Yeah, now we have 64 horsetail for more bandages, and we'll craft new ones right away. I'm gonna have to get some of these cattails, though. While I'm at it, I'll collect a multiple of 3 roots so that I can expand on our cattail farm at base. Okay, you don't get the rhizome if you dig underneath it. At least it doesn't look like you do. All right, 15 will do. Okay, let's go plant these where the rest of them are. I may need to extend this, however. Yeah, extend the soil. Let's go get low fertility soil and stack it in the water. We got plenty. All right. And let's fill this in. Yeah. Beautiful. It grows. All right. Let's convert these into... No, we actually do have enough packed dirt still in here. Let's take that. Okay. Beautiful. 16 horsetail bandages. We are set, buddy. Those will still be fresh for a while. Let's grab more of our meat pie. I like that meat pie. It's damn nourishing, man. All right. So we need to set out in pursuit of limestone. Now, I don't know where we're gonna find it, but in my last playthrough, my last long one, attempt 13, I think, might have been 12, we ended up finding it just on the surface. It was one of these cliff walls here. So we run long enough in that direction, we may end up finding some limestone. Until we do. Oh, right. You know what? There's one more thing I wanted to do before we left, and that was prepare the tannin ahead of time. which we will do. I'm gonna want to make 6 barrels of weak tannin, and then convert 3 of those barrels into strong tannin. For that, we need oak wood, I think. So we need to find an oak tree to cut down. I think that's oak over there. It's a puny oak tree, but we got a rabbit in the trap. Maple. Oak. Good morning, Jesper. Good morning, buddy. How are you today? Jesper Georgsson. This is a massive tree. Didn't look like it, but there's a lot of oak in there. We're gonna need a lot, so 5, 10, 50. We need 30 at minimum, but then more than that as well. Let's cut this one down too. Our axe is gonna be looking pretty bad after we're done. You can also use chalk. The only issue with borax is I need a tier 3 pickaxe to get it. Yeah, I don't have a tier 3 pickaxe yet. Well, I could pivot and just focus on getting my bronze pickaxe, but I'll seek out limestone first. How are you doing, MaliCiouS? Didn't you say the other day, you told me, I think, that you might have seen a meteoric iron impact somewhere nearby? Over there by the pine forest, right? I'd like to potentially look into that today. I know we probably couldn't gather it without a bronze pickaxe, but it's something to consider later for sure. Alright, we got plenty of oak for leather making. All right. Yeah, spaced out better that way, I suppose. And I'm just gonna put this beside the door. It shouldn't make too much of a difference. It just looks cleaner that way, you know? Move this over. And I still have room for another storage chest right there, and we can stack them for additional storage. Yeah, that'll do. Maybe I could even... I don't know. It doesn't matter. Let's make this work. Okay, all the barrels have the required oak in them. Now we need water, and I'm gonna definitely want a source block in order to expedite the completion of this. Okay, plenty of oak for the future. Let's grab our bucket. At least this time, contrary to the previous playthrough, I know exactly what I need, right? Like, we can plan ahead for the leather before we ever find the limestone, and we won't be surprised by the amount of time or resources it takes to produce it. Okay, so, yeah, 50 liters of weak tannin, 50 liters. Beautiful. Okay, we have 300 liters of weak tannin coming in. Let's seal up that water. Put this back down where it needs to be. I need a new axe. We'll just make a bone handle stone one. You got that job interview later today, huh? Right on, buddy. I hope you ace it. Oh, you need iron to get it. Okay, so we're looking for a circle of varying size, like a perfect circle. As close to a perfect circle as we can get in a blocky game anyway. Do I have that right? It's gonna look like just, you know, circle. Let's head out and let's try to find some limestone just laying around somewhere. 2 deers and 2 foxes in there. That's good, buddy. That's dope-ass emergency food. Anyway, I have 3 slices of meat pie to sustain us, along with whatever I find on the way. And while we're out there, I'll try to do some readings and locate cassiterite. I don't know how good our chances are, but we'll try to find some cassiterite. I can find more copper as easily as sneeze, but the cassiterite, so far, it's been a very different story. Hopefully I don't get attacked by a bear when I'm not ready. I would hate to have to try to get away from a brown bear in a pinch, because it's really 50-50 whether or not I get away. We got a trader wagon right here. And I'm gonna leave myself a little signpost here indicating where exactly home is. Right beside the trader. Can't miss it. Family of small deer over there. That's our copper mine right there. There's also a shitload of quartz down there. I'm gonna try to stay away from the more bushy areas. What kind of sand is that? Granite sand. Cracked granite. Let me guess, quartz up there? Mountains of fucking quartz? Yeah. Swavite impact rock? What the hell is that? Wow. Looks like we found meteoric iron in a sense. We found the swavite. Oh, I can break that with a tier 2 pick? What the hell? So this swavite stone is not actually the iron itself. Ores can be found in swavite rock. So I would probably need to dig down in there in order to have a chance of finding it, right? Yeah, that's just the rock that we're getting. So it's really anybody's guess whether or not we find iron down there. That's okay. Right now we have our mission, and I don't want to get turned around. Right now I still remember base is that way. What's that in the wall over there? Is that copper just sitting in the rock? I don't think I've ever seen that before. May as well smoke them if you got them, right? Slate rock. I don't like that. Let's use a bandage. I don't want to bleed hunger saturation to HP loss. And then eat. It's poor quality copper, but copper is copper, right? Not seeing any more low-hanging fruit copper here. Oh, there we go. I'm not too concerned with fully cleaning it out. I just want to grab whatever I can, you know? Alright. Drop the stone. Base is that way. At least our signpost, which will lead us back to base. We're gonna head back that way and then pick a different direction from the trader. Technically, I can get limestone from these mollusks in the water. But they're not that common. Still, that's the first mollusk I've ever actually found in the water, which is interesting. You know, it would be really cool if you could sift through muddy gravel to find mollusks, right? It would make sense too, like real life sense, wouldn't it? I don't know what that is up there, but it is pretty high. Wait. Could probably check what it is right here. Conglomerate rock. Yeah, we got a wolf coming. Run. Third person. Time my jumps better. I do technically have a spear, so I can fight them better now. Hey, we made it back to something approximating home base. Alright. Conglomerate. That looks pretty bright. What is that? Is that just more granite? I think that what we're looking for, the limestone, is more beige in color, right? Yeah, that's definitely granite. Okay, well, like I said, let's head back to where that trader is. I'm not exactly limited on food. I can always eat berries. I don't like this dense bushy area, man. This is bear territory right here. But we'll go this way now and see what we can see. There's a goat right there. Chickens. I don't like this place at all. But like, for the sake of exploration, I pretty much have to cut through it, right? Fuck. More granite. Just granite everywhere as far as the eye can see. Base is that way. Bunch of fucking chickens. Hang on. I think that's my bear shelter that I made before. Yeah, we'll explore around this area a bit. I'm much closer to home now. Basically, I've just ended up going in a big circle around my base. We'll search around this area. Peridotite gravel. At least it's a new mineral, something we haven't seen yet. And if I do get attacked by a bear, I can always retreat to that fighting position there. Let me guess, granite over here? It looks rough. Not as beige as it would be if it was limestone. So in this playthrough, it's limestone. That's what we're gonna be turning the world upside down, trying to find. It's always something. It's a big world out there. I guess we'll pick a new direction. It's getting late, though. I'm gonna head back home. I can eat this slice of pie very shortly. Maybe I should just pivot. Because I know that technically you can find borax anywhere, so if I prioritize the bronze pickaxe first, you know, it's just my only problem is I haven't found any cassiterite. I tried to locate cassiterite this morning. All I could find was like decent sphalerite. Anyway, we'll have a relaxing time this morning making some juice. We gotta go this way. Yeah, I would love to see a mechanic later on in this game's development where you can sift through muddy gravel to find shells like mollusks and shit. That would be so useful, dude. All right, there's my bear trap over there. We're homeward bound. Let's eat. All right, I see our lightning rod up there. Home sweet home. It only turns into 2 lime. Oh my god. Oh, that's brutal. It's like a non-existent sum. Look at that, guys. We got our first lime. Isn't that amazing? Wow. If you find brass, look for bismuthite. You can make bronze from bismuth, brass, and copper if you don't find tin. Maybe I... Hang on. Maybe I have what I need here. I have sphalerite. So I need sphalerite, bismuth, and copper. Yeah, in my last series, I ended up just sort of finding a bunch of bismuth. Not this time, but we do have the sphalerite. So you're saying, is bismuth bronze? Wait, no, brass. How do I make brass? Because I was wondering about brass in order to make the wall sconce, right? Because you can only make a brass torch holder, it looks like. Yeah, you can only make a brass one, so I wanted to find out how to get brass. Sphalerite and copper. Wow, that's it? Okay. True enough. And it looks like zinc is a substitute for sphalerite. Let's go make some juice. Hang on. Plants a couple more flax. The spelt as well. It's a very heat resistant crop, so it'll handle it nicely. This flax is growing well enough. It'll be ready for harvest soon. Onions. All done. Nice. Those carrots are growing real slow. Very depleted soil. Alright. Beautiful. All right, inventory's cleaned up. Let's get juicing. Yeah, the blackened we're probably not going to make. Tin bronze is better in terms of block damage, according to my research last night. Tin bronze is better for block damage, but worse for durability. Beautiful. I love making wine. It's one of those, I don't know, it's I'm very fond of it because it was my first big like food production discovery next to pie a few playthroughs ago, so I'm gung-ho about it, right? I love making wine. I hope I didn't put too much in there. I don't know if I'll be able to juice this next batch of red currants. We'll see. I think that'll reach. Yeah, we should be able to juice that. Anyway, I think now I'm gonna start producing rot. It is the right time. Let's grab more meat pie. That's a pelt now. Let's collect these. Store them. Yeah, we need a barrel. And let's make some compost. Will turn into 16 compost after 20 days of sealing. Oh wow, we're gonna need more barrels. Holy shit. If we want to get a meaningful amount of compost in a meaningful length of time, anyway. Yeah, we'll keep on letting those rot. We'll put these down next to this compost barrel, and we'll sleep next to it. It's nice to sleep next to that severe stink. It's good for your health. Deposit the lime. We have native copper nuggets. That's our only copper right there, right now. All right, let's get some sleep. I wonder what the key is to make yourself wake up when you want to wake up. It says control, but when I try to press control, I don't really wake up. I have to like spam control and spacebar and all this other shit. I don't know. All right, let's which direction do we go this time? That way I haven't really gone, but that's very dense forest, so I'm pretty scared to go that way. It could spell trouble. Either way, we're gonna have to try, right? I'll try to go around the forest to the best of my ability, as well as I can. But if we want to find new shit, that's where we gotta go. Pine forest up here. I've never been. Very dangerous biome, though. I'm gonna do something for my sanity here. I'm gonna make a little bear fighting shelter. I can retreat to this if I need to, but visibility is very poor here. Finding it will be the issue. In a pinch, right? That's why I tried to put it a little high. Okay. This is gonna be dangerous as fuck. But I'm not in here by choice. We have claystone. Oh my god, I hate this terrain. This is so dangerous. At least nothing's attacked and killed me yet. Let's go over here. Good God, this terrain is so mountainous. What's that over there, I wonder? That doesn't look like lime. Really, it looks like just more granite. I'm trying to move really slowly in the hopes that I can avoid causing a landslide if I do move slow, but this terrain is almost impassable. It looks like there's a few minerals up there. I don't know if any of them are limestone, but in order to be thorough, I am gonna have to check. Monster down there. God, it would only take like one enemy throwing a spear to really fuck my day right now. Okay. Yeah, granite, slate, conglomerate. Yeah, I didn't have anywhere near this much difficulty finding lime in the last playthrough. I do think we're gonna have to pivot. So let's try to find places to go mining here. I'll do a pro pick density search. Very poor sphalerite and cassiterite. Shit. Well, let's go back across the fucking Manhattan Bridge over here. What's that? Lead ore. I may as well grab it, right? Like, while I'm here, it's even rich. Well, there's fish down there. Don't really see any bears off in the distance. Let's do a pro pick reading right here. I think that would probably be worth doing. Christ, I didn't think that would cause a cave-in. That was close, dude. If that knocked me over the ledge, you know? Like, that's death. That's straight up die right there. I'll need 2 more samples from this area. Two more samples. It looks like it was too close to the previous sample. 1 more sample. Very poor sphalerite, galena, halites, minuscule cassiterite. So cassiterite would be more in that direction, it looks like. Like by order of elimination, it would be over there. May as well grab something I can stick in a crock pot, right? Two fish from that one. That was a meaty one. Another 2. Oh, that's fucking beautiful, actually. If I can get 16 fish meat, then I can just completely fill a crock pot. We already got 7. I still really hate being in this area. This is prime bear territory right here. And just hearing the most minuscule cave-in noise is making my heart fucking beat twice as fast. Quartz in the distance. Potential sap over here. We were actually successful that time. Right on. I don't think I can reach that without a helping block. Yeah, we failed with that gather right there, but that's okay. We're 1 for 2 right now. Sap-wise. Swavite stones. Oh. Loose meteoric iron pieces. Fascinating. All right, we found a meteor impact zone. I just want to uncover it so we know. It requires an iron tool to break. All right. Well, I'll mark it, but I highly doubt. I might want to write this down. Turn right, go far, meteor, iron. Yeah, exit farm door, turn right, go far, meteoric iron. Just to, you know, as a little potential guide. Damn it, I failed another gather of resin. Let's try to find a place to do a pro pick reading around here. I think base is that way. Could just dig down to get a reading with the pro pick, but all right, we made it home. Unfortunately, I don't think there's anything special here. There's decent sphalerite here. Which, that's the one thing we have here around base, is potential sphalerite access. I'm at my wit's end, though. We might have to put our money where our mouth is, and I might have to do the exploration thing where I, like, build outposts and then keep going in that direction from the point of the outpost. Right? That might be my only way of getting ahead here. Real scouting. Alright, we have 80 Galena nuggets now. That fish won't last for long. Make more packed dirt. I feel like I've already gone really far in every direction, so, like, by now I'm just... I don't know where to go, right? Well, missing an arrow, maybe it broke, huh? Yeah, chance to break on successful impact, 30%, most likely. He's coming. Go. He attacked the armor that time, but if he attacks me like 2 more times, it could be bad, so. Get some distance. Get some distance. Oh god. Don't want to get stuck on the fucking terrain. Oh, he's dead. Okay. Well, with this meat plus the fish that we got, we can definitely make a substantial stew and seal it with our wax in a crock pot. I need to make new improvised armor at this point. Got it. Four lime. God. Yeah, we're struggling, buddy. This is a struggle meal right here. I'm gonna make bone meal and see if I can make some of the crops grow faster by having it. We may as well cook our new stew in the meantime. Okay, I actually don't have enough meat. I have enough meat, but it's not evenly divisible in the slots. For 4 servings, could I do 4? No. I need 1 more fish or 1 more red meat in order to do that, but we will. When the time is right. 2 more large hides. Oh, the tannin is done. Okay, we need to make the strong tannin now, so... Alright. We now have 150 liters of strong tannin coming in. It really just all comes down to the limestone at this point. You need fat to oil that, right? Like, you can't sub in honeycomb? Alright. I'm gonna need more firewood, so we'll make it out of this pine. Okay. Eat. Hey, do we have more rot? Yes, we do. Okay, we're gonna make even more then. Even more compost. And let's grind some of this shit up, see if we can restore some, like, a little bit of the depleted nutrients over there. I'll do the autopilot thing so that we don't have to hold right-click. I'm gonna have to make a new coffee soon. Where do we find lime? Hang on. Seashells, vintage story. They can be found on beaches around the world. They come in 6 colors and 7 forms. They're a limited and unreliable supply. Alright. So this restores N and... mostly this is used for restoring N nutrients. Oh, wait, plus 30 P. Okay, so it's for the P nutrients then. Interesting. I'm assuming it doesn't apply immediately, like it has to seep into the soil or something. I have no idea. I've never used fertilizer on a farm block before, so I don't really know. Either way, it looks like P is the one nutrient we're never using. I guess that's why it's the one fertilizer that's easiest to make, huh? Okay. I'll bet compost restores N nutrients. And the stuff you get underground restores the K, because it's the hardest to get, and flax is the best crop. It's getting too late to have, like, a substantial looting run. I'm gonna try something here. I saw a YouTube video that said you could do this. Just dig 3 blocks down right here, and then... the 4th block, I have to destroy with the pro pick. Okay. And then we do the same thing over here. 1, 2, 3. Destroy the 4th with the pro pick. Now I need 1 more sample. That way you can get a prospector's pick reading from anywhere, but this depletes more of your pickaxe to do it this way. Decent chromatite. What the fuck is chromatite? I'm guessing it's this chromium. It looks pretty useless. Alright. Shitty. I almost feel like the biomes and the sizes of the landscapes are almost too realistically big, because it seems like in every single playthrough you always end up with something that's just completely missing and 10 trillion miles away from your current location, right? It seems like a regular occurrence. There's always something, right? Whether it's bees or limestone or whatever, like what have you, you're gonna be missing something. And you're gonna have to travel for 6 business days in order to find it. Okay, let's get another reading here. Decent chromatite. Yeah, we're not far enough away. Anyway, we have sphalerite near our home. Maybe I should try to get some sphalerite for now. I don't know. I feel like I keep hitting dead ends though. We look for limestone and we fail to find it. We look for tin, we fail to find it. It just keeps happening. So we need a lucky break somewhere, you know? I see my lightning rod, so getting home at least is something we're not gonna fail. Unless I die in transit. This looks like a ruin. It really does. Like there might be something down there if I dig in there. Euclid, welcome, buddy. I'm doing okay. I'm doing okay. We're having fun. The adventure is going well, but we're struggling to find necessary resources. I'm looking right now for limestone and anything we need to craft a bronze pickaxe, and I can barely seem to find either. We did find sphalerite, or whatever the fuck, but that's only half of the equation for a bronze pickaxe. We still need one more mineral that I have yet to locate. But, we're trying. How are you doing? How's your 4 a.m. session going? Alright, we're gonna head back this way again. I just hope we don't run into the fucking bear from before. I'll try to go like a roundabout way. There's a drifter over there. Son of a bitch. Leave me alone. I just want the berries. Okay. Well, the trader we found is over there. That's just more granite. I suspect we're going to be seeing granite for the next fucking 10 kilometers around here. That's our little bear shelter right there. We'll head that way more. It was very dangerous over there, but I have a strong feeling that we're going to have to head that way if we want to find anything good. Well, we can get a little bit more lead. That's gonna cause a cave-in. Well, so much for getting that lead. Jesus. It's just gonna keep on getting buried, possibly. Let's try to clear away some of this. Okay. You hit 96 wood cutting on RuneScape? Yeah, I'm not surprised, buddy. You need a vacation. I get it, though. Totally get that grind. Alright, we're gonna call it good enough just getting the lead that we got. I kind of want that last piece right there, but... Alright. Yeah, let's get out of here. I found high readings of copper here. That's a ultra high copper vein right there. More lead. I'm good on lead right now. Yeah, we're gonna keep traveling that way. To what end? I couldn't tell you. I won't really know until we've gone that way for a few kilometers, but we have all day. I'm not worried about food. We don't have much pie on us, but there's berries everywhere. 'Tis the season, so... This isn't the season to worry about where your next food is gonna come from. This is where I got that minuscule amount of poor copper. That sucks. Even when you try to go slow, it's still RNG. I think that if you're deliberately going very slow, then cave-ins shouldn't happen. Like when you're jumping, you know? You should be able to climb carefully at the expense of time. Base is that way. Pretty sure that's just conglomerate stone. Okay. Better not get lost way out here, or else I'm not finding my way back home again. Put that right there. A little waypoint. I found another mollusk. Those are extremely rare, though. And they don't give you that much lime. It's not going to be a valid substitute for actual limestone. Good God, we're a long way from home. That looks bright, but I'm honestly thinking that's probably still just granite, right? Yeah, it's just granite. Fucking hell. It's crazy how you literally have to go to the other side of the planet to find some shit sometimes. I don't have a map, right? So for me, it's not nearly as easy as it would be for someone who's playing with a map. I always have to constantly think about the possibility of getting lost, and I always have to try to keep home at my back. I can't do that many twists and turns while I'm exploring. Otherwise, I may become irrevocably lost and never find my way home. Crazy, actually. Anyway, let's do a pro pick reading here. Very poor sphalerite and fuck all else. Well, there's another trader there. I don't feel comfortable going further away from home than this, but maybe I just need to build a new outpost. Put my money where my mouth is. And then the outpost can have an approximate waypoint that leads me home, like a signpost that I build. Christ. Never gonna find what I'm looking for, am I? Like, we're still just seeing conglomerate and slate and granite. And clay. It's unreal, buddy. Anyway. I'm gonna make myself a little marker. We came from that way, approximately. Oh, fuck. Screw that. You do have to be really patient with this game. Yeah, I have gotten that bee farm up and running, Euclid. I sure have. We got a massive harvest of honeycombs from it, in fact. And honey itself. I can't believe I'm still just running in one direction and still seeing the same blocks that I was seeing back at base. And now it seems like it's becoming majority slate, which is good. Like, we need to see like a different type. But it's crazy how far away from home I am, you know? Like, I dread having to find my way back home at this point. I know which direction it's in, but that's only half of it, right? Like, and we have to go back so far that there will be times where I'm like, am I lost? Even if I'm not, you know? Beautiful part is, though, if I go far enough that way, I will end up seeing my my lightning rod pillar. I built it absurdly high, but it's helpful as high as it is. If you find limestone sand, then you know you're close. But we sure as shit don't see no limestone sand, do we? Still just granite. Fucking absurd. Half the planet must be granite. At this point, it's a battle of wills, right? I feel like the game is trying to break my will. So I'm going... Oh my god, a brown bear. I could, if that brown bear started chasing me, I could retreat to the trader, but I'm gonna keep on slamming my head into the brick wall until the brick wall gives. That's what we're doing. I'm gonna find that fucking limestone or die trying. I'm not worried about getting lost, not really. I'm more worried about a bear running up on me. I mean, we just saw one. I hate this. I don't know how the hell I'm still just seeing granite and slate. Like, I've just been running in one direction for ages. This is getting ridiculous, buddy. Maybe I just picked the wrong direction. Maybe I'm getting further away from the limestone. Isn't that a thought? And now I'm literally just running through a forest, taunting death to a fucking brown bear attack. The thought of turning back empty-handed, well, not empty-handed necessarily, but without what we came for is soul-crushing. Still just fucking running. It's 1 p.m. in the game. Got another resin. Slate sand. Promising, right? Let me guess, granite? Yep, of course. Fucking granite. Why would we find anything else? This is absurd. All right, I'm gonna have to call it, guys. I gotta head back. Like, if we get home without running into a bear, it'll be a miracle. But I have to start running back. I can't just... A wolf is fine, as long as I don't go in the fucking water, because he'll outspeed me in the water. Oh god, if I found borax way out here, I wouldn't even want to come back for it. It's so far, right? Like... Got bit. Bandages. Trader. Okay. I gotta go toward my back right now. More bandages. I gotta keep heading that way to the right, but there's a mountain in the way. I don't like it. Holy shit. All right, you know what? Base is at my back. Let's go over here. Please don't collapse on me. Please don't collapse. Oh, I know how stupid this is. I'm well aware. Okay. That, oh my god. Next time I'm just gonna go around the mountain instead of trying to go over it. We're progressing toward home again. I think. I'm pretty sure. Like, my internal compass has gotten really good as a result of all these playthroughs. So let's hope it's as good as I think it is and it leads us home. That's just fucking more and more granite. Welcome to Bear Country. It looks like as long as we're following this coast, we're on our way home. In fact, if I keep going this way, I'll eventually get to that trader, but this is also... near the coast is where I saw that brown bear. That's the trader. Well, if I do get... yeah, there's the bear. At least if we know where he is, I can avoid him, right? Anyway, having made it back to my return home waypoint, I could try to explore around the area, like go out there, but I'm not optimistic about it, buddy. What are the odds that we end up finding what we're looking for when we didn't already, right? Like... Alright, let's just keep on heading home. I'll try to stick to these open plains here instead of going through the rugged area again. As long as we're headed in this direction, eventually I'll see my my lightning rod tower, so... Damn shame that among that entire mountain was just 0 fucking limestone. What's this? Sandstone rock. Well, that ain't gonna help us. Oh, wow, that's the trader. Holy shit. You know what that means? That was another trader next to another brown bear that we saw before. And it just underscores how far we actually were from home. Holy shit, dude. We're like halfway. What time is it? 4:35? beginning to develop a somewhat of an animosity toward the mere existence of granite. Oh, this is gonna be bad. I'll try to stick to level ground instead of traipsing through mountains and peaks. What was it we said about trying to avoid fucking mountains? Holy fuck. It's easy to forget I fucking passed over a mountain just to get here. Okay. This might really take some headache to get done. At this point, I feel like I may as well try to get to the very top of the mountain, then I can pick my own way down. And I might even be able to see my lightning rod, but doubts. We got a monster. Oh god. It's the fast one too. Oh shit. I can't ignore it. I pretty much had to kill it, otherwise he was gonna... Oh god. Alright, I gotta get the fuck out of here, man. Fuck. I barely know where I'm going. I think it's like, I'm pretty sure we just keep heading this way. Eventually I'll get home, but look at the mountains, right? Fall damage alone could kill me if I suffer a particularly bad cave-in. Jesus. Okay, go. I have no more fucking bandages now. Oh man. I may have overstretched. Hopefully we find our way home. At a certain point, it will be too late to press on, and I'll have to put down a bed and try to get some sleep. In fact, it may be that time right now. Oh my god. Oh no. They can attack you while you sleep. They can attack you while you sleep. Let me up. Let me up. Let me up. What the fuck? I died. Fuck. Well, you know what? We are just gonna start again. I like playing as the Blackguard, but I also feel like it's extremely difficult as the Blackguard. The reduction in movement speed is the main thing. I can't get away with wearing a set of bear hide armor, for example, because I'm playing as the Blackguard, right? Now, if I was to go up against like a brown bear, I wouldn't fight a brown bear ever, not in an open field. But like I could run away and feasibly get away from a brown bear if I was the hunter, even if I'm wearing armor. But if I play as the Blackguard, then my 100% speed becomes 90% if I wear armor, right? Even if it becomes 94% wearing the black bear hide armor, that's still enough of a reduction to basically guarantee my death, right? Yeah. You can sometimes come across marble or limestone underground, right? Isn't it a sedimentary layer? Interesting. Okay, well, fair enough. Yeah, that was a good run. It really was. I am going to start another one pretty much right now, so if you guys don't want to head out, then just stick around. I can put on another pot of coffee. We'll start a new playthrough. Alright, while we're in this stream, though, I kind of want to test something out. I was told that you can theoretically fight a brown bear. Now, I'm very skeptical. Extremely fucking skeptical. But we're going to create a wilderness survival world. I'm going to customize it. Infinite lives. Death punishment. Keep inventory contents. Yeah. That's pretty much it. That's all we need. In order to have like a good test, let's create the world. I can enter creative, spawn bears, give myself a spear, and then exit creative. All right, so, GMC. So let's give myself just a copper spear and brown bear. Now, I've been told that I can fight brown bears, but in my experience, it's not really viable. See, I just turned around and tried to run straight away and he reached me. So I really have to wonder if it's actually possible or if Saturn was fibbing. Because fighting black bears is easy as shit, but those brown bears, they're way too fast. I don't like the inconsistency of it, because in real life, you're not outrunning a black bear, okay? A black bear can run like 40 to 60 miles per hour or some shit like that. Like, it's ridiculous. They have a crazy fast sprinting speed, right? So the fact that I can outrun a black bear and I can't outrun a brown bear is just inconsistent. They should all be faster than you or they should all be slower. But having like variations is just, it's weird, right? Oh yeah, right. I don't drop anything when I die anymore. See, no, he just outruns me. Well, the pillars, yeah, but I'm talking actually fighting him in an open field. I've been told it's possible, but I'm kind of not believing that it's possible, you know? Anyway, let's just try to practice my ability to run away from them. Zoom out. So bear comes. I'm running. You really can't stop. Like, you have to constantly keep trying to use these jumps to lose it. It really all comes down to the terrain that you have available to you. I might have lost him already, but if I stop to turn around and it turns out I haven't, then he gains on me just because I turned around, right? I wonder if there's a key to look behind you. There might be. It would help me to potentially get away from bears. See, we outran that one. We got away. Let me see if there's a key to look behind you. The overhead camera doesn't really work. It stays behind you when you're running. And the shitty part is you constantly have to, like, if your camera's really zoomed out, yes, you can see the bear when he's behind you, but it also creates the other added difficulty of, like, you might be blind because of your camera in the trees, right? Anyway, we're just gonna try to lose this brown bear right here. He's still fucking coming. Oh my god. Okay. Jump over. Okay. We lost that one. So that's 2 brown bears that I've managed to lose. This wolf just fucked me up though. That's the only thing I don't like about the hunter, squishiness, right? When you first spawn in as a blackguard, you can actually survive a hit from a wolf. And with just a tiny little bit of nutrition, you can also survive a hit from a bear, right? You can only survive a hit from a bear when you're unarmored with the hunter under like the most ideal conditions, right? Like, they have to be the most ideal conditions in order for you to survive. You have to have really great nutrition. So keep inventory contents, apply, create. We're going to do the same as the blackguard now. Try to just run away from him. It's only possible on ice to kill them. Oh no, where's my character? Oh no, because I didn't click last selection, I permanently lost my skin. Oh, that sucks. I liked my character. Okay, you know what? I can fix this, actually. I have to just open up episode 1, and I can look at what my character looked like. Yes, I am a genius. All right, let's open up episode 1 here. I'm really sorry about that ad. YouTube shows ads to me. I guess I'm making myself money, but it is kind of annoying. Fast forward. All right. So here we go. I get to see my character and recreate it. Harmonica, leotard, harmonica very low. Hair type, short, spiky, none, serious. Horseshoe anchor. And then I think we have white hair with, okay, third skin tone. And then yellow, no, blue eyes. Down there. Okay, they're identical. We got it back. Let's close this. And Blackguard. So let's do the same thing. Spawn a bear, try to get away from it. Holy shit. As you can see, he was right in front of me when he started running at us. I managed to get some distance so far. Oh god. I do not want to go there, or else I fucking corner myself, right? Ah, there it goes. Yeah, the only reason why I didn't survive that hit is because the bears do 12 damage, but they actually do 18 on wilderness survival. So I just need to get like 3 more HP, and then I can survive a hit from a bear. Anyway, test 1, we failed. I could just use the trader to get away. I know that, but... You can also jump over chasms. If you have chasms, you can try to lose him over one. Oh god. See how much harder it is as the Blackguard to lose this fucking guy? And he gains on you really easy. That's why I don't think there's any viable class besides the Hunter. Only because of the bears, though. If you remove the brown bear specifically from the game, or you just nerf his speed, all of a sudden, every single class becomes completely viable. Without exception. Like, everybody's viable, or nobody is, except for the Hunter, and maybe, what, the Clockmaker, whoever has the movement speed boost, right? You just kind of need it. It sucks that there is a meta, and it all comes down to that movement speed boost. See, I just jumped over a big gap and he's still on our ass. I might lose him there. Yeah, I lost him there, but again, that was like a lucky terrain thing. I feel like when you're playing as the Hunter, you don't need much to lose the bear. You just need a bunch of these little hills that you can jump over, and your default faster movement speed makes all the difference. But if you wear armor and sacrifice that movement speed boost, yeah. Hello, Rose Gaming. Well, if you want to know what you woke up to, check the title of the stream. How cold is Czech? It's pretty damn cold here, Rain Czech. Yeah, pretty cold. Not as cold as Canada, though, to be fair. Okay, let's try to get away from another one. Theoretically, if you have a deep enough body of water, you can lose the bear in the water by swimming down. But it has to be deep enough. Like, these shallow ponds won't cut it. As you can see, he literally just took a swipe at me. Oh god. Yeah, there it is. See, it's that easy. When you don't have that movement speed boost, it's a little too hard. I'm honestly actually thinking about making a mod where I nerf the movement speed of brown bears, because they're like the only thing that I feel is stopping me from trying other classes, other play styles, and experimenting with the game more, right? The fact that the only good class is the Hunter is kind of a disservice to the game as a whole. You kind of want to be able to try new things and play as different people, right? And if the dev won't balance it, then maybe we should. Apparently it's all just in files that you can change. Like if I open up a text document, then I might be able to change it, right? All right, let's try to use that terrain over there to lose the bear by timing my jumps. If you pivot to the right or to the left, you kind of lose your lead. And then he just gave up on chasing us for some reason. I don't know why. Do you think there might be a time limit to how long a bear will chase you for? I could try just running straight away. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47. I don't think he just loses interest. I think that was more of like a glitch. Like maybe I entered a different chunk from him. Yeah, he's still coming. It looks like he had a brain fart for a minute, but we can't really rely on him getting a timeout. It just doesn't seem to work. It's a shame how many of the game's parameters really just come down to where you spawn and what resources you have immediately available. Anyway, I can run away from a bear as the blackguard pretty much in perpetuity. Which means that if I'm playing as the hunter and I'm wearing like full bearskin armor, for example, I can still run away from a bear in perpetuity. So like I could actually use armor if I'm playing as the hunter. Now he did eventually give up and chase something else, but it kind of looked like I had to lure him over to the foxes. I wonder if that works every time, like if you lure him to another animal or something. Either way, I think it's very clear to all of us that hunters are the best class, and that until the brown bears are nerfed, it's always going to be that way. I'm not sure, Jesper. As far as I know, if they spawn in one place, they're not necessarily locked to that place. It would be nice to know if distance made a difference. I suppose the best way to find that out is to go into creative building, because it's a big, flat, open space, right? So we'll go into creative building and continue our testing. We're going to take a hunter class. Apparently the hunter, if you just run straight long enough, you increase the distance between you and the bear and gain on him over time. It's just extremely slow. Like, you're technically faster here. Now, we're gonna do a very specific test. I'm gonna wear the slowest bear hide armor, which is the brown bear armor. Okay. And then, yeah, that reduces my walk speed by 3%. So we'll be pretty much at the baseline for speed with that worn. What the hell just happened? That was weird. I shift clicked it and it disappeared. Let's just get it again. Black bear, brown bear. Here we go. Yeah, I need that. And then equip it. Okay. I wonder what the difference is between durability and condition. That seems weird. I guess, oh, the condition just affects the insulation, but it doesn't seem to affect the protective stats of the piece. Okay, so I'm now in full brown bear, GMS. And we're gonna fully zoom out to get a good test. Running. Now, we're gonna have two answers from this test. One, do we gain on the bear even when I'm wearing, like, you know, full armor? It doesn't look like we gain on him without using the jumping trick. Like when you jump over terrain, he trips over the terrain more than you do. We're also gonna test Jesper's idea of running away a certain amount of blocks from where the bear spawns. If we just travel straight in a direction, is it enough to get away? It doesn't really look like we gain on him unless my armor is removed. Yeah, if I remove the armor, then it becomes very clear that we are faster and we are gaining on him. See? Yeah, the gap just grows. I suppose what I'm wondering most is what's the minimum movement speed that I need to increase that gap? I can zoom in. It looks like we're pretty much neck and neck with the bear right now. Like we're not gaining on it with one piece of armor equipped. Yeah, I can pretty much, it doesn't look like he loses interest when we leave the chunk that he spawned in, because we've passed through several chunks now. Creative mode. Grab a spear. Eventually he catches you. Yeah, see? And if I jump, it doesn't really seem to avoid it. And besides, the optimal conditions required to just run backwards in perpetuity forever are very unrealistic. So the bear armor did make it so that even with a tiny, tiny health pool, 15 health points. Normally I would have 12 health points, 12.5 if I was playing on Wilderness Survival, but you know, we were able to survive a hit. Now we're gonna remove that armor. We're going to spawn the brown bear. And I'll just try the same thing with the spear. I wonder if the monsters are faster, like the entities, enemy entities, when you're on Wilderness Survival. That would change the testing. You have to kind of like, you move over slightly. Even then though, this is largely unreliable. I would never do this in an actual game, you know? It would just be way too dangerous to actually try to kill a brown bear like that. But an unarmored hunter is pretty much your only option to get away from him. Let's take a look at the other classes though. Is there any class that has a movement speed boost that does not also have health reduction? Because I feel like the health reduction is pretty punishing. The Clockmaker has boosted speed, but he also comes with Frail, which gives him less health actually than the Hunter. Yeah, so the hunter, it just seems like the hunter's the only viable class. Okay, well, we have our answers. We don't necessarily like them, but we do have our answers. So we have to make a serious decision on whether or not we'd like to nerf the speed of the bear in the game's files. We didn't die to a bear. We didn't. To be fair, like, I never ended up dying to a brown bear, but I also never ended up getting chased by one. Like, if you get chased by a brown bear, that's usually it for you. So we have to decide whether or not we're going to play as the Blackguard or play as the Hunter. I like the Blackguard, and the thing is, all of his difficulties... What the fuck is this Indian guy doing? PewDiePie was right, man. That's so weird. All right. The negatives of the Blackguard are largely mitigated later in the game, right? So his hunger is like the worst thing, I would say. Attempt number 16, Wilderness Survival Permadeath, Episode 1. I did like playing as the Blackguard. I did. The only problem I have with the Blackguard really is whenever you go to hunt an animal, it's far more difficult to accomplish. Like, far more. Okay, he takes 2 spear throws instead of 1 to kill something so simple as a chicken or a rabbit. And when you pivot into hunting like a deer, it gets even harder. But there's positives to the Blackguard too. Mainly his health pool, right? But having a larger health pool is meaningless if you then are not allowed to wear armor for fear of your movement speed. But if I ever live long enough to get tailored Gambus in armor, it becomes a very different story. And the Blackguard becomes objectively the best class bar none. Because then you have the protection, but you don't have the movement speed debuff. However, the caveat of that is that it requires you disable class exclusive recipes. Because normally only the tailor can produce the tailored Gambus in armor. To get a Blackguard wearing that armor is indeed god tier, but that already requires some manipulation of the game's inherent state, right? Anyway, I think we are going to play as the Blackguard again, if for no other reason, because I love the challenge of it. I love the challenge of playing as a Blackguard, I really do. We're going to conduct one final test, however. One final test. I'm going to have a Blackguard wearing bearskin armor, and we're going to see how it is when I try to run away from a brown bear. I'm expecting a utter disaster, but we're just going to take a look. All right, so Blackguard, confirm class, GMC. Grab some brown bears. That's the male, right? Yeah. And then brown bear hide helmet, chest piece, boots. Okay. GMS. All right. So we're wearing this armor. We are considerably slower than normal. Oh my god. Now, the bear does have sort of a cooldown to his swings. Holy shit, this is tense. It does look like I'm able to keep the bear at a distance. Maybe I could rethink the armor thing. Because the simple truth is, as long as you're jumping over these ledges once in a while, you can increase the distance between the bear and yourself. If this is limestone sand, I'm gonna shit a brick. Granite sand, or at least some things are forever, right? Some things are consistent. Anyway, what do you think the possibility is of bears having variable movement speeds? Like one brown bear being faster than another brown bear. Do you think that might be a thing? See, this doesn't seem so bad. I don't think they have variable movement speed, so if we can successfully run away from one brown bear, we can successfully run away from them all. Look at that, all of them gave up. They all seem to have gotten stuck on each other. But that's a test. A test passed. We can wear armor as the Blackguard if we want. We totally can. Let's just let this guy smoke us here. Holy shit, did we ever get lucky there. I'm pretty sure if I'm down here, he can't hit me. Oh yeah, he can. You don't want to taunt him, but if you go down there in the water, you might be fine. Okay, so I can play as the Blackguard, and I am allowed to wear armor. It's ill-advised, but the best armor I could wear... The best armor that I could wear would be the Black Bear armor, because rather than giving me a minus 3% speed reduction, like the Brown Bear armor does, it gives me minus 2, right? There's one more thing I want you guys to know here. Minus 369. Oh, it looks like he might have patched that. Okay, right on. So 93% means that I'm not getting the full walk speed debuff. Nice. Yeah, I'm getting a 7% debuff rather than the 9 that I should get. Let me just check something here. GMC, Black Bear Hide armor. Yeah, this has a lower walk speed debuff. So let's see what the reading says after I equip that. $96. I'm nullifying the movement speed debuff of one of these pieces of armor, which is pretty cool. He still wouldn't be as fast as the Hunter, but I think I can take the risk of wearing bear hide armor. I do. I think I can. Especially as I play for a while and I continue to get sort of the lay of the land and I recognize my home field territory. I develop that home field advantage, especially if we want to build various strategically located traps, right? Anyway, a new playthrough is a new opportunity to do things better that we didn't do before, so let's enjoy it. Attempt number 16 is about to begin. Imagine getting that one bear that is a better sprinter than the rest. Yeah, I'm pretty sure bears have variable health stats, possibly damage, but... Alright, so we're gonna add a redirect to this stream. So most of you in chat, when I end this stream, you're gonna get transported directly into my new one. We have conflicting information, but I think if you want to improve the chances that you successfully get ported over to the new stream, you need to turn on autoplay. It should be somewhere on your video player. There's an autoplay option. You want to turn that on, and then it's going to direct you into my next stream right after this one has ended. So I think everything is ready. Let's just double check, make sure all of our ducks are in a row. Vintage Story episode 1 attempt 16 is the redirect. I have turned these things off. Down here, yes. Then I need to grab the chat for the new stream and put it in OBS before we begin. Anyway, guys, I'm gonna be back in like 2 minutes. Not even. I'm just gonna put on coffee water for another coffee and then start a timer for it. All right, everybody, let's enjoy a new playthrough, huh? Change the chat. Anyway, everybody, keep love alive, live to forgive, and keep redemption riding shotgun. Take care, rock on, and peace out till next time I see ya. For most of you, that's going to be in like a minute when I direct you to the next stream. But for those of you watching the stream after it's already concluded, thank you for watching. Hope to see you in the next one. All right, guys, I will see you over there in a minute.